you've said all you're going to say about it, but it was and again, what I said yesterday, maybe you want to comment. I think Gavin probably said to Cumia, I'll merge with you, but you gotta kill the compound studio. Like you can't be paying the studio. Yeah. And Cumia probably was like, well, I can't fire Garrett. And then he was like, I'll do it. And he's like, deal.
I mean, I could see that just because Anthony is so anti-confrontation, But,
and I didn't know Steve had a kid. That blew my mind when that baby was crying. I thought it was like a fake baby crying, like as a gag. But I'm like,
no, it's like about to turn a year old. He's about to turn a year old in like August or something.
And you guys had no notice.
We all thought once Anthony moved to South Carolina, it wasn't going to last that long. And then when they got rid of Mourning and Jameson, that was like we could see it two ways. It was like, wait, are they slowly cutting everything? Or is it like, oh, they cut those two shows, but now we're safe. But then once those two shows were gone, he was paying me, Steve, Drew, Luby to come in and do like 4 shows,
right,
for the whole network. Some were daily shows, but yeah, it was just like it didn't seem feasible that would work out.
But you never asked him.
No, we never asked him.
And he just said he was going to keep the studio open.
Yeah, that's what he would say.
And he would say it on the show when people called in, or would say it when he was hanging out with you guys?
No, during the show or something, yeah. But also with the me contributing to his show, once he moved to South Carolina, it was just a lot harder for us to chime in or do anything.
Right.
A little delay, and he, like if we talked and he talked, he couldn't hear us, and we'd have to repeat ourselves.
Right.
So we didn't want to keep doing that stupid stuff.
Yeah, the timing, it definitely fucked up the timing when he wasn't there.
Yeah.
Well, they said it fucks up the timing even with when he used to do the show with Gavin that way. Gavin was saying it's on a delay,
And it was. That's why Gavin would come into the studios sometimes and then come in to fire us that one time.
Right. Yeah. Also, when he had his fake heart attack, I don't know if that was a work, but we had his fake heart attack. You guys filled in for him all the fucking time.
All the time, yeah. We got the best responses out of all the fill-in hosts, and people were like, "These guys are great." We, like it sucks Anthony's gone, but we don't mind listening to them, which is a compliment, compared to Anthony. So,
and can I ask for the chat? Did they give you more money, or did you get another $100 like E-Rock would give me?
To do Anthony's show? No, we didn't get paid anything extra.
Oh my God. I can't.
Wow. I take that back. Maybe Steve did because he was staying there extra, but I was supposed to be there already kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Felicia, go ahead. I don't want to.
I was wondering if let's say there's a hypothetical scenario where he offers you to come with him to South Carolina and do it in person. Would you have done that?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking was going to happen, because there was rumors that Gavin was going to move down there and they were going to build a studio together and start things. So it was like, oh, all right, I would be down. And Gavin even asked me like a year or two ago, like, would you move to South Carolina? And I said, yeah, I didn't mind. My wife could definitely get a different job or whatever. So it was fine. So that was kind of in my head. And even at Compound, like everyone was like, we're all getting fired, but Anthony's going to keep you. It's like, I didn't necessarily believe them, but that was the sentiment there. But then when it just came in and it was over pretty quickly. Yeah.
And then I saw that clip where Steve was saying how Luby was like really standing up for you guys. And what did Gavin say?
He said, it's funny how the people that matter the least are talking the most.
Oh my God.
It's such a prick thing to say, but so funny.
And she wasn't like saying, keep me around or anything.
Right.
She was like, when they filled in for Anthony, when they started their new show, I read all the customer support. I see all the tweets. Like everyone seems to like their show. You're making a mistake getting rid of them. And they didn't really seem to care.
And did he seat you guys on a couch like you were bad boys? How did he fire you?
Drew and I were in our booth seats, and then everyone else was like around the studio desks.
Some standing and some sitting?
No, it was just Gino, Luby.
Gino was there?
Gino was there.
Wait, Gino was there and he spared Gino? Oh my God, I didn't know Gino was there. So what was Gino doing? Was Gino like laughing like an idiot? He couldn't have been laughing, but what did he say after? Wait, so then Gavin left and then you guys were all just kind of standing there stunned. And did Gino stick around? Did he leave with his new best pal, Gavin?
No, yeah, he stuck around and we, talked about all the things that happened, but I don't know. He wasn't excited about it, but
he must have known. Gino must have known, right?
He didn't even know the meeting was happening. Like,
yeah, Gavin, but that's what he said. But you don't think he knew everyone was getting fired? He wasn't?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, where's Chad getting the information from?
We don't know. We're trying to figure that out too.
You think Chad snuck in one night and put a mic on the mic?
That's what it sounds like. The way he described the meeting, like he didn't get everything right, but he got a lot of it right. So someone that was in the meeting talked to someone, and then they talked to Chad, or I don't know.
I mean, it's Chad's fucking Dabbleverse arc is crazy. He went from Black Eye Cumia country to now the most respected source at Fox News. It's fucking unbelievable. It really is fucking fantastic. All right, so listen, you don't have to answer all the questions, obviously, but were Steve's wife and your wife furious, or they just was like they thought it made sense?
Well, I had warned my wife, like, let's not make any summer vacation plans because we knew the studio lease was up in the middle of the summer, and we were like, I don't know what to do. So, she was mad the way it ended, the way how it went about, but we were all kind of expecting it, I don't know how Steve's wife. She seems to be taking it okay.
Yeah, Steve's stuck with a baby all the time now. She's like, well, if you're going to be here, hold the fucking baby, you piece of shit.
Yeah, he's been Mr. Momming it up.
No, but I think it's emasculating if you get fucking fired from your job I just think it's weird. Listen, and plus, like I said, you and Cumia weren't like, you guys weren't like a boss. You guys are like really friends, and I know deep down he loves you. So the fact that it's to me it was very. I mean, like I said. When Keith the cop left, I'm like, they'll be fine. When Artie Lang left, I was like, that might be a problem. No, but seriously, when Keith the cop left, I'm like, they'll be fine without Keith the cop. When E-Rock, it's like people come and go. It didn't really matter. But you were like, they needed you there. So it's just bizarre. But I think Cumia, listen, he's going to blame Gavin. Fucking Keith the cop blamed Gavin for hiring Bill Schultz. I mean, they always blame somebody else. So and then Cumia and Keith the cop they both blamed each other for hiring Artie Lang. They literally told me 2 different times. Cumia blamed Keith the cop, and then Keith the cop. I didn't say to Keith the cop, like Cumia said, it's your fault. They independently of each other both said, hiring Artie Lang was his fault, and Cumia's like, no, it's Keith the cop's fault. I mean, I wanted to be your agent and go like, you got to pay Garrett more.
I wish, yeah. I got a few raises here and there, but nothing crazy.
And he would always joke about it. Cumia would always joke about giving you raises on his show. Like it'd always be like, we just gave Garrett over there a little raise. And I was like, are you now you're giving him a small raise and like mocking him? It's fucking unprecedented.
But there was always like ever since year 2, it was always like, this happened and we lost these subscribers, or
right.
Now this happened. Oh, now we have to pay for this. It was always like, There was always a money cloud hanging overhead. So I didn't want to try to rock the boat,
Keith told me one year
it was the greatest job, like it was the best job. And how do you complain,
Right. No, but Keith told me when I was quitting the first time, he said, he goes, that was when they switched billing companies and they lost all the subscribers because I guess they thought they'd save money with the new billing company and they switched and they were going to transfer all the subscribers to the new billing company and it didn't happen. And Keith told me, he goes, me and Anthony lost $750,000 last year. I'm like, you guys are idiots. You're fucking idiots, man. Like,
oh my God.
I'm sure they didn't because he was basically crying poverty because he's like, I can't pay you much more because we're losing money. But it's like, okay, well, don't lose money. Don't switch. If you got a fucking good, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So they had this billing company, and I guess somebody said we can do it for you cheaper, and they fucked it all up. So they're supposed to just transfer all the subscribers they had with the one billing company to the next one. And that's when all the billing probably started getting all fucked up where people are complaining they couldn't cancel or they signed up once. People have DM'd me. They said they signed up for like a trial period and they've been getting it for free for the last 5 years.
I know. I just started hearing that too. And people were like, oh, I signed up and got the app and then I didn't pay anymore. But if you go to the episodes, you could click like listen to audio and you could just listen to every show.
Yeah. Good times. Garrett was we're gonna write that. Thank you, Detroit. And Detroit gifted memberships I saw, but I didn't get to it yet. Some dude, what's it like to have worked under the tutelage of Gino? He's taking credit for your successes. What skills did he pass on show prep, variety, humor? I'm trying not to laugh because I'm gonna bust all my seams. Do you think Gino is secretly in love with Ray DeVito?
A little bit. He has to be. Because, like, you can't hate someone that much.
Oh, wow.
And just not forget about him,
Yeah. Love is the opposite of hate.
Uh-huh.
Extreme love is exactly.
Like, if I hated someone a year later, I would not be talking about them and moving on, But if I have a little bit of love in my heart for them.
Oh, my God. If that's even 1% true, that's going to be the greatest story of all time. Gino is in love with Ray DeVito. Ask Garrett about when Stuttering John was at Compound. All the times he was there a bunch of times, right?
He was even at Anthony's house before we moved to Compound, and I hated him the first time I ever met him on the show. He was annoying, and I don't know if it was the first time he was a guest on the show, but he went to our Christmas party, our first ever Christmas party.
Christ.
And he was like, the odd man. It was just like Keith and his wife and Anthony his girlfriend and me and my wife. And then he thought it was like he's at the Howard Stern table and he decides to try to make fun of me. Like, oh, look at you wearing a collar and all these dumb jokes. Yeah, and it was like, who the fuck are you? Get out of here. This is our Christmas party. And you're trying to make fun of. It was weird. And then, when he got to Compound, he would drink all the beer. And then there's a story of how he wanted to rent out the studio afterward and said he'd buy us beer and pay us. And he did neither of it and just left all his empty beer bottles on the
he rented out the studio to do a show or have a party?
To film his, one of his podcasts, I guess.
So you always disliked him?
Always, yeah.
Wow. Garrett was that lady with the really great tan who robbed the place for real, or she a plant? Seemed too convenient.
No, she was definitely real. I don't know.
She was real. She was real, he said.
It was during the height of the COVID lockdowns, and like everything was just up for great. No one else was in the buildings. And
Yeah. And so did anyone ever get to the bottom of it? Why did she end up at yours? She just checked to see what doors were open?
I think it was like Chrissy's show was going on and it was late at night. So all the floors get turned off and you can't go up to certain floors, but they left our floor open.
Oh.
So I think she just when a group of people came in for Chrissy's show, she just walked in behind them and then sat down on the couch. And she was like, in like Louis Vuitton purse and Gucci stuff. Like she looked like she was like a porn star or something, She looked like she was ready to go on the show. But then when everyone went on the show, she was still sitting out in the lobby. And we were like, all right, maybe she's coming on later. No one knew. But meanwhile, she was just robbing the place.
She must be here for Talib.